What is going on, guys? So, you guys want to learn about passive income. Well, what is passive income? The definition is below, but in short, passive income is the key to financial freedom and financial success. These are the main common types of passive income earning streams. You've got stocks, rental properties, print on demand products, Amazon selling accounts, self operating machines, and so much more. But all of these sound like they cost a lot. They sound like it's a long process, a lot of forms you have to fill. Maybe signing on is really frustrating and takes too long. But what if I told you out of all of these, one of them is easy, simple, and you can start today? So let's start. We're going to talk about drip investing. Drip investing stands for Dividend Reinvestment Program. All it does is automatically reinvest your dividends earned back into the stock. That way, it creates a snowball effect. That snowball effect basically means you're going to start off real small, and when you roll that snowball down a hill, it gets bigger as it goes, and it becomes a bigger snowball, aka a bigger pool of money or a bigger pool of revenue that's coming in while you sleep and you're doing nothing. So, for example, I'm a numbers guy. I like numbers. So let's dive into numbers. This is UOTY. The stock market is open, but as you can see up here, the price of it right now is $39.85. Our annual dividend is $51.83. Dividend yield 130%. And then our payout frequency is weekly. Now, I do want to tell you guys the weekly payout frequencies are amazing and great. The only problem with them is that they are not on the conservative side. If you want to be a conservative investor when it comes to drip investing, I highly recommend going with monthly, quarterly, or annually payout frequencies because they tend to be more conservative and on the safe side. But if you have a mixed, diverse portfolio like me, then it's great to have all these different stocks and payout frequencies and ETFs. ETFs are my favorite when it comes to investing in dividends because ETFs tend to pay out the most dividends when it comes to the stock market. Now, we get paid weekly, and we've been getting paid pretty good, pretty decent. Back in 2024, we made a lot of money. I mean, we made $10, $14 per share, which is crazy. And we get paid 4 times a month, which is pretty great, guys, on a weekly basis. But let's go back to the numbers. We're going to use $10,000 for an example. So we're going to take $10,000. We're going to divide that by 39.85, which is how much it costs. So if you were to put $10,000 in right now, you will own 250 shares, all right? And you could buy this stock partially, so you could put, I believe the minimum would be $1 into the stock if you were to start right now, and you would end up with 250 shares. And then we're going to multiply that number with the annual dividend, which is 51.83. You would make $13,000 extra in a year. Now let's divide that by 12 because we want to see our monthly profits, which would be 1,083 a month. And if you want to get technical and look at your weekly, you'll make an additional $270 every week. That could be a phone bill, that could be car insurance, that could be groceries, that could be gas and lunch. That could be really helpful to a lot of people. Now, this is what I want you guys to understand. If you were to put $10,000 in, all right, and just forget about it, right? $10,000 divided by the cost of the share. All right, if you were to put that in, right, and multiply it by the annual dividend, you would make $13,000 plus your original investment. Your total portfolio would be more or less, but around $23,000. Now we're going to divide this, right? Your total cash value of your account by just this one stock. It is now $39.79. For the sake of the video, let's just keep it at 85. You will have 577.32 shares. And we're going to times them by the annual dividend, which is 51.83. You would make almost $30,000 annually. $30,000. The average American works at a warehouse, and the average salary for a warehouse worker sits around $35,000. So you are at $30,000 technically right now. And let's divide that, and that's just for a year of not touching it. Obviously, it could be more or it could be less because it's just one stock and it fluctuates. But let's divide that by 12 to look at your monthly. And monthly, you will bring about $2,500, and then everyone likes to see the weekly version. So we're going to divide your months by 4 because you get 4 payouts in a month. That'll be $623 every week. Now you can let it grow. A lot of people let their accounts grow over time, and then they use it as leverage to get lines of credits that they could use for like loans, to get a house, to get rental properties. That's what a lot of people do, just so they could keep building their portfolio and borrowing against it. If you want to take it out, you do have to pay state and federal tax, which for me would be 30%. So this times 12, or where's that number at? I want this number. So that times 30% minus that. So that means that year I could take out $20,000. I wonder if I could times that by. Can I times that by 1? Trying to make it negative. I couldn't do it. Let me copy and paste it. Sorry, guys. I barely use the calculator on the computer, surprisingly. But that means I'll have 20,000, almost $21,000 of cash I can use. Obviously, if you reinvest it, it is tax free. But 20,000, we're going to divide that by 12 just to see our monthly profits. That'll be $1,700 into your pocket every month, and we're going to divide that by 4. That'll be $436 into your pocket every week, which is half your rent, half your mortgage, or a quarter your mortgage. That is your car insurance and phone bill. That is groceries. That is a lot of money, and it's extra money going into your account. And that is just putting 10K in and not touching it. Obviously, no one has 10K. We're going to look at the realistic goal, which would be if you were to put in $40 every week. So $40 times, let's do times 52. And this isn't going to be exactly, because as you're putting $40 every week, you're also making profits. So let's just do 40 times 52, and you get a total of $2,000, $2,080 into your account at the end of the year, excluding the dividends you made along the way. We're going to divide that by 39.85 because we're going to keep that 85. That's going to leave you with 52 shares. 52 times 51.83. That's going to give you an extra $2,700 annually. To look at that monthly, we divide that by 12. You're gonna make $225 extra every month, and then we're gonna divide that by 4 because you get 4 payouts in a month. Remember, you're gonna get an extra $56 every week. Now that's an extra $56 every week. That is like doing OT for like a few hours, depending where you work at. That is a full tank of gas, maybe 2 full tanks of gas. That's lunch. $56 is still better than $0. And like I said, you can start today with just $1. This is one of the many stocks I invest in. And if you're interested in learning about more stocks that I invest in, well, let me know in the comments down below. And like I said, you can start exchanging stocks on Robinhood. In the description, I'm going to have my referral link. Not only does it help me, but it also helps the channel, guys. And hopefully you guys learned something today. And if you guys got any questions or you want to know any more stocks or any other things, please let me know in the comments, guys. And I hope everyone has a great day. And I don't think I'll be back before Christmas, so have a great Christmas too, guys.